The sun beat down on Kai's back, each drop of sweat a testament to the arduous task he'd undertaken. He was a young man, barely past his boyhood, but his eyes held the determination of someone seasoned by life. He had left the village months ago, seeking solace and a deeper connection with nature, and this jungle, teeming with life both vibrant and dangerous, was to be his new home. His first task, and arguably the most important, was shelter. He couldn't rely on natural caves or flimsy lean-tos. He needed something sturdy, something that would protect him from the elements and the nocturnal creatures that roamed the dense forest. He decided on a hut, a simple structure, but one built with ingenuity and connection to the land itself. Instead of constructing a frame with branches and vines, Kai envisioned a different approach, one he had only seen in his dreams. He would dig into the earth, creating a conical shape that would serve as the foundation and walls of his home. He chose a spot beneath the shade of a giant fig tree, its sprawling canopy offering additional protection. Armed with a sharpened stick and unwavering resolve, Kai began to dig. The earth was surprisingly yielding in some places, hard and stubborn in others. He pushed, scraped, and hauled away the loosened soil, his muscles aching with the unfamiliar strain. Hours blurred into a rhythm of exertion and progress. The conical hole grew wider and deeper, the walls gradually sloping inwards. The initial digging was the most challenging, but Kai knew the real labor was yet to come. Once the conical shape was satisfactory, he began the arduous task of hollowing out the inside. This required more precision and care. He used smaller tools he had fashioned, meticulously scraping away at the soil to create a living space within his earthen shell. He worked tirelessly, pausing only to drink water from his gourd and munch on the fruits he had gathered. Days turned into nights, and the moon waxed and waned. The conical hole transformed into a spacious, albeit rough, living space. The interior walls were still uneven, and the floor was uneven. It was far from perfect, but it was a start. Kai was proud of what he had accomplished with his own two hands. With the digging complete, Kai turned his attention to improving his dwelling. He needed water, and lots of it. He located a nearby stream and spent the next few days hauling gourds full of water back to his clearing. He started by splashing water on the inside walls, softening the earth. Then, using a smooth stone, he meticulously rubbed and smoothed the surface, plastering loose soil and filling in cracks. The walls began to take on a smoother, more even appearance. He repeated the process until the entire interior felt solid and compact. He worked with the same diligence on the floor, adding water and tamping down the earth until it was as firm and even as he could make it. He even created a slightly raised platform in one corner for. He worked with the same diligence on the floor, adding water and tamping down the earth until it was as firm and even as he could make it. He even created a slightly raised platform in one corner for his sleeping area, further insulating it from the earth's dampness. Now came the crucial step, the roof. The earthen walls provided excellent protection from the sides, but he needed to shield himself from the rain and sun. Kai began collecting dry grass and leaves, gathering armful after armful from the surrounding jungle. He layered them carefully, overlapping each bundle to create a thick, waterproof thatch. He worked diligently, weaving the grass and leaves together to form a sturdy and insulating roof. Once the roof was complete, Kai stepped back to admire his creation. The hut was a curious sight, a conical mound of earth topped with a thick thatch of grass, nestled amongst the trees. It blended seamlessly with its surroundings, a testament to Kai's understanding of the jungle. But there was one final step, a technique he had learned from the elders in his village, a way to make the mud walls even stronger and more resistant to the elements. It was a risky process, but one that could significantly extend the lifespan of his earthen dwelling. With a deep breath, Kai gathered a pile of dry wood and carefully started a fire at the base of the hut. He kept the fire small and controlled, feeding it slowly and methodically. The flames licked at the earth, gradually baking the mud and transforming it into a hard, almost clay-like substance. The air filled with the smell of burning wood and the earthy aroma of baking clay. Kai carefully monitored the fire, making sure it didn't get too hot or burn too long in any one spot. He knew that too much heat could cause the walls to crack and crumble. It was a delicate dance, a careful balance between hardening the mud and destroying his creation. He let the fire burn for the entire day, slowly rotating it around the base of the hut. As the sun began to set, he allowed the fire to die down, leaving the earthen walls to cool slowly overnight. The next morning, Kai approached his hut with trepidation. He ran his hand along the walls, feeling the transformation. The mud was hard, almost like fired clay. It was rough and uneven in places, but significantly stronger than it had been before. He had succeeded. He carefully extinguished any remaining embers and then stepped inside. The interior was cool and surprisingly comfortable. The baked earth had retained the warmth from the fire, creating a pleasant and inviting atmosphere. The air smelled of earth and smoke, a comforting and familiar scent. Exhausted but satisfied, Kai laid down on his raised platform, using his woven mat as a bed. The darkness of the jungle pressed in around him, but within the earthen walls of his hut, he felt safe and secure. He closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep. And as usual, thank you everyone for watching and everything you do to encourage this channel. Hit the subscribe button and share the video to your friends. Thank you again and see you next.